Hello there. Welcome back to the Paranormal. On this episode, let's look into Katie and Kristi's childhood to see what caused all this fuckery. In the previous films, a lot of sketchiness ensued after Katie and her boyfriend Micah found a burnt photo of Katie in their attic. This led to the couple being haunted non-stop for about 21 days. And of course, it ended in Katie getting possessed and killing Micah. Then, in part 2, we learned that her sister Kristi actually got haunted first, and it was her husband Dan who burnt the photo in the first place to pass it on to Katie. What a douche. So now, through old VHS footage, we get a look at their childhood. Dennis, their mom's boyfriend, noticed that shit seems off ever since Kristi starts talking about Toby, her imaginary friend. And I don't know if he had an imaginary friend growing up, but chances are, yeah, it was probably a demon. Just saying. Anyway, so Dennis is an amateur filmmaker. Again, convenient for the movie. Oh yeah, he's an amateur filmmaker, alright. They're over here trying to film porn and shit while the kids are asleep. After reviewing some footage, Dennis and his friend notice a strange figure in the house, and they decided to deck the house out with more cameras to try and catch it again. Of course, Julie, their mom, thinks it's all bullshit. Haha, guess again, bitch! It gets to be too much when their babysitter can't even be in the house. I mean, I don't blame her, honestly. Fuck that house. One day, while Julie and Dennis are out with Kristi, Randy is babysitting Katie, and they're attacked by Toby after a game of Bloody Mary. First of all, who the fuck willingly plays Bloody Mary? Like, why? At that point, Randy's like, yeah, I'm out. And then they discover a strange symbol drawn on the walls of the girl's closet, and they find out that it's directly related to a witch coven. After doing some more research, they learn that the coven would get girls of childbearing age to have a son, and then they'd take the son as a sacrifice to demons, I'm guessing. Toby eventually harms Katie, and Kristi agrees to do whatever it asks just for it to stop. Be careful what you're saying there, girl. The family then agrees to GTFO, and they go stay with Julie's mom. At the mom's house, late at night, Dennis is woken up by a strange noise, and come to find out, old grandma's involved with the damn coven, and they're doing some kind of ritual at the house. Anyway, so Dennis finds Julie's body, and Katie standing next to it. When he goes to touch her, an unseen force throws him across the room, and then he gets bent in half, just like that yoga-loving sheriff from Friday Part 6. It ends with Grandma calling Katie and Kristi upstairs, with Toby following close behind. Alright, so clearly, when Kristi promised Toby to do whatever it asked, it meant giving up her firstborn son, which we know is Hunter. That's why they were haunted in Part 2. And then, of course, it gets passed to Katie and blah blah blah, you know the rest.